use your skull as a bowl. Who will never ever sell their soul? No. Who's stoking up the coals of hell? Who cannot be controlled? You know it's we three trolls, we three trolls. Now don't you get your overalls in a twist, y'all, but this podcast ain't endorsed by that world-famous comedy store or any kind of world-famous nothing. These three folks are just too rude, you hear? Who goes to the grassy knoll on an evening stroll? You know it's we three trolls, we three trolls. Yee-hoo! Get ready to be offended, y'all.
Or they pay for dogs to virtue signal they don't want to take care of them. Sick of it.
What do people do?
They virtue signal by adopting dogs, and they're out of town every weekend, or they live in a studio apartment and they have a werewolf that lives with them. Stop doing that.
I don't
They do
live in
it
a
with
studio
kids
apartment.
too.
Yeah, that's true. At least kids are like smarter. They can take care of themselves. Dogs are just fucking retarded. You have to be there. They do it with kids, and they end up being homeless people on the streets in LA. That's what happens when you do that with
We're
your
the
kids.
kids in America. I'm what they call a vocel. That's a voluntary celibate. That means that women do want to fuck me, but
Right.
I hate the women that want to fuck me.
Yeah.
So what I do instead is I just text them endlessly for months, and in fact, sometimes years, and then just never seal the deal.
So you're acting like a woman.
100%, but that's how I've always gotten laid in my life, because I just used their tactics against them that they used against me, because their tactics worked on me. Fucking A, dude.
Time to change it, buddy.
It's frustrating. So in the last year, these are the girls that liked me. There was the girl who worked at the weed dispensary with fucking dreadlocks, and she was white.
What was her name?
I don't remember anymore. But I used to go in there all the time, and I remember one time I went in there, and she told me that she had a Valentine's Day date. And I went in there the next day. I was like, "How'd your date go?" And she was like, "It was terrible." And I was like, "Well, maybe I'll take you on a date next time." And then I just never went back to the weed dispensary because it closed down like a week later anyway.
Good God.
But that's
Passive aggressive.
Well, it's a good sign your weed dispensary is going to go down if you have a white girl with dreads working there. Like, dude, you don't need that. If you don't got a Latina with fat tits and
what's that
ass
gonna
working
bring
for
to
you,
your life?
you're going to lose.
I mean, I just thought of it as a free source of weed and pussy.
Wow.
So that's all I thought about. I do.
guess
Oh,
so.
fuck yeah. And I also told her, this is where I got into trouble the first time. So when she first got the dreadlocks, I said, "Wow, I really want to grab those dreadlocks and yank them." Because you look like a fucking idiot. I want to pull them off of you.
Did you ask her if she was just in Cancun on vacation?
Exactly.
There for a couple of weeks or what?
That's so funny you said that, because I saw Quincy Weekly yesterday, and he has the same, they're not dreadlocks, but cornrow things that white girls get when they go on vacation.
Yeah.
And he said something like that. He said something like, "I'm going to find myself this year."
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah, when I saw him, he did have
Spring
hair.
break.
Yeah.
It looked good on him though, but it doesn't look good on like white girls trying to do that. I'm like, what are you
Their
doing?
hair's not made for that, dude.
No, you
That's
look
why
like a
black people do it and
fucking
you
tard. Stop it.
Well, anyway, here's someone I would voluntarily fuck. Mr. Taylor Boss, welcome to the show. Our first guest in at least a year.
Hey,
Guess
guys.
what our last guest was? Mr. Taylor Boss.
Oh, thanks, guys. Good to be back. I can't remember the last part.
Or was
but,
it Earl? Was it Earl or Taylor?
I think Taylor was on after that. He was on a bonus episode or something like
that's
that.
true.
A very good
Who knows
episode,
what
which I honestly
happened
think
this
was one of our better ones, and it's also one of our least downloaded. So whatever. They don't like it when there's a troll podcast, when there's just like 2 trolls and not the rest. So actually, I kind of respect our listeners because they have taste. They're like, "I don't want to fucking listen to you
Eleanor.
and Wub. I want to listen to all 3 of you."
I let her get up here. I could have.
Look, she's licking the air. She loves you, Wub. Wub's gonna get laid tonight.
horny as shit.
Yeah, she's horny as hell sitting on your lap. Yeah, go talk to the papa over there.
That
Big ass
happens when I
dog.
sit in your lap too, Wub. I get horny as hell.
Just licking your nose.
It's the only time I can get horny.
It's the denial. He's like, I'm a cat guy. Get away from me. And she's like, no, you will love me.
Actually, I was talking about my cats earlier. The one time Wub came over by himself, the cat jumped right into his lap. Never seen that before.
He's a natural.
So, Well, cats like you and dogs don't. I think that you're in a good spot.
They all like them. They just don't know what they're
well,
looking
this
at.
dog just doesn't like them. But you know what? I don't like that dog, so I think that you're doing all right.
Cats,
I'm gonna tell him
cats
that.
like me for some reason.
The cat was
I don't
for-
really care much for them, but I like them outside. I like them not inside. Because inside, when the cat's inside, you have to give it a place to take a dump.
Yeah.
And then sometimes that place makes everything around it
Hell.
smell like
Like
Yeah.
dump?
Yeah.
feces and
I understand.
like the beach.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes, because of sand.
Sand.
It's the sand that is really gross to me. And also,
And it's
cat
like-
food smells way worse
Yeah.
than cat shit.
But some
And it stinks of the
some
whole
litter
house.
boxes are better, you know, they're whatever, you know, you pay, you get it constructed, whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, they
some
have
people
all kinds
take
of
care
them now
of
that
it.
will,
Yeah.
like, literally, a robot will pick
Yeah.
up the turds.
Yeah.
But my cats like the personal approach. They watch me clean the box. Like I'm their fucking slave.
Just like this.
They
You
love
are.
it. I am their slave. You're right.
Yeah.
You're fucking right.
My
I am
cats
their
would
slave.
bite me if it wasn't clean. My mom was like, "Did you clean their litter box?" My mom was actually.
They
their
just
slave.
bite me in
But
general.
like, no, she was like, every time they poop, you go clean it out. Like, she's don't leave any poop in there ever.
She's
and
not
you clean
wrong.
it out. Like,
I-
animals want to be clean too. They don't want to
Yep.
shit on their own shit. I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense actually.
Right.
In nature, they're not going to go poop on their other poop. They're just going to go
Right.
find a clean spot to do it at.
Yeah.
And that made sense to me. And she's like, and they bring it in the house. She's like, don't, and she would wipe their paws. Like, she was psychotic. My mom would wipe their, wipe their
I don't know.
paws.
It sounds
and
good
shit.
to me, man.
The cats were just attacking her and shit.
Yeah.
She's like, no, they have to be clean. But they were mostly outside. They barely even pooped inside because they're outside hunting all day long.
My cats bully
Yeah.
me and each other because one of them just won't cover his shit. So the other cat has to go in there and cover the shit for him.
That's a bad
And
sign
that's-
when they don't cover their own caca.
He's being a fucking scumbag. He's
Yeah.
a jerk. He's
still-
a fucking
what do they
jerk.
call it,
Is he
feral
the
or-
oldest? Is he
They
the
act-
is he the oldest?
No, this is how it panned out. He was the runt of the litter. So the other cat used to bully the fuck
Oh,
out
so
of him.
he's supposed to be dead?
He should have been dead. But here's the thing. He got smart. He's like, well, if I eat 2/3 of the food, I'll be big and strong. And he is so fucking strong. I've never picked up a cat that was so vicious.
You get
and
the scars for it all over your
all over
face.
my fucking hands, dude.
Just big and
Look at
dumb?
it right now. Dude, Taylor saw this. I was on FaceTime.
I saw it live.
I was on FaceTime with Taylor, and I was like, oh, someone has to see what this cat's really like. Because they see all these pictures on Instagram with him just lying around being sweet.
No, you picked it up and you were like, I swear he loves me. And he's like,
Yeah.
He was trying to climb on my shoulder. to
You knew the
jump
sack of-
off my fucking
To
shoulder.
use your shoulder to jump off on something
Yeah.
else.
you knew what was about to happen, by the way.
I want it to
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
I want it to be different. I've had it
Yeah.
for 4 years. At some point, you're going to have to let me pick you up and take you to the vet or something. For fuck's sake.
Cats are different.
But yeah, like I said, because I showed up last night at 5 in the morning, so he just went into the recycling and knocked all of it over and spread all the garbage out on the kitchen floor. And then when I came to feed him, he didn't even acknowledge that he did it. It was just like,
Yeah, they're
all right,
fine.
well, food's here now. Fuck it.
Cats are such.
But I like that they have personalities. I think it's fun. Whatever. They're cats. They're not really destructive. They're like destroying, like, literally the trash in my house.
And you're just catering your whole life around them, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they destroy furniture.
I know.
They
That
pee
part
on
really
stuff,
bothers
they
me.
shit
With
on
their
it,
paws?
they
My
scratch
cats
it
don't
up,
pee, but they
scratch.
scratch. They scratch everything up. You have to get used to the idea that your furniture is fucking meaningless, and that they
You gotta
get-
cut their nails off.
No, that's evil. That's like cutting a person's fingers off. My cats literally pick stuff up with those claws.
Yeah.
They climb things.
I
with
always
it.
declawed all my cats, unless they're outside cats and they stayed
Cool.
outside.
My sister did that too, and I don't think that's right, man. I wouldn't do that. I don't think listeners, don't do that to your cat.
It's their defense.
The furniture is more worth it.
And it's
No,
their
it's not.
pride. And it's their confidence.
Dude, they
can
needed.
let-
I've never owned a cat,
They
by the
needed
way.
to climb a tree and get food and shit.
Not if they live inside your house 24/7. They don't need those nails for nothing. You're telling me your cats need their nails for what? What are they gonna kill in your house?
Well, number one, I think it's funny that they climb up the curtains, so I want them to keep doing
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
well, you're-
yeah. Why don't you just cut your dog's balls off? Oh wait, yeah,
Yeah.
same shit.
Yeah.
Well, I did have to do that. I mean, I don't need any incest kitties. Because the boy cat didn't know at first that I don't think they knew that they were not related. He was definitely trying to hump her all the time.
Maybe they did know.
Ooh.
It was hot.
Yeah.
They're like, this is so taboo.
Oh, that's right. I did.
It was
come
a
from
matter of
West
taste.
Virginia.
It's,
Is that where they're from?
No, they're
Oh, that's
from
hilarious.
South Central LA. They were born into a gutter.
That's why
just
they're black.
like me. Yeah, exactly. And just like me, they were hairless for the first 6 years or 6 months of their life. I'm still hairless. Well, all right, that's enough about cats. Just had to open up the show with some pussy talk. First about vagina. But I mean that shit about, because I'm trying to write this bit about, I want to defend incels. I feel bad for incels because not getting pussy is literally the worst punishment when you're
Incels
a guy.
is if you choose, right?
No, that's
No.
what I made up the term
No.
vocel because that's what I am. I'm a voluntary
Okay, got
celibate.
it.
I think people actually do use that term.
Do they?
I
Oh, nice.
think so, because I've heard people.
Sometimes people say men going their own way, but I'm not going my
Yeah,
own way.
that's
I want
true.
to fuck
Usually they're
and
talking-
date.
they're
I just
saying-
want to
What
date a
about
nice
women
girl.
who? Obviously, it's easier for women to get laid than dudes. But what about
Femcells.
women?
They're called
who
femcells.
decide not to have sex with anybody.
Oh, they're just asexual. But I wanted to say they're femcells.
You mean feminists?
Huh?
They're called feminists.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
they
But I mean, I
decide-
know a
they
few
just
people who are like
decide
that
not to.
haven't got laid.
Yeah,
and
Janine Garofalo
that
is
are
like that.
totally able to get laid, like pretty women, and they seem sexual. But I'm like, what? You haven't gotten laid in like 5-6 years?
No, I
What are
know
you
there are.
doing?
That is very weird.
Yeah,
Like you could definitely just go fuck somebody. I don't care if it's bad. Just go do it and then get it out of your system. You know,
Well, yeah,
like
But
just see.
because it's different for them sometimes, like the attachment mechanism, they're
Yeah.
afraid of that, and then they're like, I don't want to fucking do it just for
Yeah, but it's like,
that,
why do you think
and
it's
then
always
I'm
going to be
fucking
marriage?
get
Like, it's
all-
like, you just got to figure out if you like the person, too.
Well,
like,
I wanted to say that the
I
other
know,
girls
you
that
gotta
are hitting
test
on me,
drive this bitch.
the other girls that are hitting on me are very much afraid of love, and that's also what I relate to. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm afraid of love as well.
Yeah, you're talking about yourself.
I'm talking about that's why I like these girls.
I know.
No, I just said I was talking about myself.
But you
and them.
do need just a little bit
everybody's a state
reciprocated
of
love, bud.
reciprocated love because it's
Even if it's just for a couple moments.
it's you accepting yourself too, right? If somebody accepts you, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, you like who I really am. But it takes a minute. It's scary, but that's also why it's a good feeling because you're like, oh, somebody accepted me. And they love me, and I love them.
When was the last
They
time?
accepted,
doesn't happen
they
all the time.
accepted my micropene.
Hey, when?
It's love.
Congratulations, you get this forever.
Yeah.
When was the
Yeah,
last
it's not first
time?
prize.
When was the last time you kissed a woman?
Oh, well, no, that's not been so long. Well, I have to tell you, I used to have
Really?
a fuck buddy before the quarantine, so I guess it's been a year now.
You had great
I
balls.
think she moved in March. She moved right before the fucking shit hit the fan.
What was wrong with her?
No, that's what's right with her. Because I didn't really know this about her. I'm 99% sure that she was trying to be an actress, but we never talked about. She doesn't know I do stand-up comedy, for instance.
Jesus.
Honestly, she doesn't even know what my real name is. But anyway.
Good God, dude. You want to talk about a fuck buddy if that's her real name.
Buddy,
Did you go by
it's not a friend.
Did you go by Thomas Jefferson Snodgrass?
Send.
I have in the past. You know that. I used to be on Facebook as Thomas Jefferson Snodgrass, which, by the way, if anyone wants to know, that was Mark Twain's original pen name.
Yeah, dude. Yo, you know what it's called?
Jefferson Snodgrass.
It's called TJ's.
Asshole.
Yeah. It's
Fucking
hilarious.
Mark Twain. Yeah, I got intimacy issues, all right, but I don't tell any girls that I do comedy because it's like, this is a turn off.
Where do you think
Try
the
not to tell them
intimacy
in
issues
the
come from?
beginning anyway.
I can tell you exactly where they come from. My fucking mom died when I was 13.
Yeah.
And then I watched my dad have no intimacy.
Well, okay, so
many years after because he's sad.
Yeah, dude,
I was
that's
like,
that's terrifying.
That's how it happens.
It's you're lucky to be alive, bro.
Why would that? Why
you
would
don't
that
even know
cause
the
any
half.
problems?
What's that?
Why would that cause any problems?
I mean, he was supposed to be the figure
No,
of man.
no,
Yeah,
just kidding.
okay. He didn't give me a good example at all for what I should do when a girl hurts your feelings.
You could have the
Well,
opposite.
yeah.
Have your dad be Papa was a Rolling Stone, just fucking everything, and your mom,
Well, something tells me that he was probably a cool guy, like, maybe a pussy-getting guy when he was a young man, and she just whipped him like a motherfucker into obedience.
Yeah.
Into misshape.
So basically, his only real way of rebelling was just to get fucking hammered when she wasn't around.
Totally. But then that also plays into your lack of confidence because I'm still with this supposedly great woman. That
She was a catch
even though
for
I'm a
him.
drunk.
Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? She had a hot woman.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us. We were talking about it today. It happens to everybody where you're like, oh, she's way out of my league, and I just gotta fucking do whatever I can to keep her around. But also, women don't like that either. They don't want, no one wants to be fucking worshipped. They want a normal. I want a normal partnership where.
Not only that, everybody hates
That's reciprocated love. It's normal. It's like you appreciate each other.
And everybody hates fucking secrets in love. So it's like this person is, doing something a little bit more behind the back. Yeah.
Well, see, that's the other thing about being a vocel. There's all these comedian chicks that I always want to fuck, but I'm not going to be part of your act. My intimacy issues are such that I don't want to fuck a girl that fucked my friend or someone
that makes sense.
What are the chances that a chick who does comedy is going to be a sane human being?
0%. Right. And I'm not saying either. So
yo, just make sure you like her comedy first. Come on.
I don't like my own comedy.
He's trying to fuck chicks in comedy, not dudes.
It's not about being funny.
Obviously, he's not going to think they're fucking funny.
Yeah.
Well, the two that I do kind of like, they're not funny, but they have a command of the audience, which I respect.
Yeah,
I love attention when they're on stage.
Right. She's the funniest person I've ever met, and she doesn't do comedy. Yeah,
I never see people. It's when I'm on stage, no one's looking at their phone, and that's what I see in these two girls. So, well, I don't know what they're looking at. Maybe they're one of them. They're definitely looking at her because she's super hot. Probably the same with the other one. But that's such a turn on to me that like, oh, you might be good at the thing I'm good at. I would love to nurture that talent.
I can tell it's a turn on to you because you're looking at the crowd as she's up on stage.
No fucking shit. That's all I ever watch. I watch the crowd when anyone's on stage.
Of course, anybody that I like, anybody that I care about the reaction about. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But also, these girls are so fucking weird, man. Because they go on stage and talk about all these things that are private about themselves. I don't know. It's like, what am I supposed? I want to learn something about you too. Like,
well, maybe they should just tell a joke and not tell their whole private life. That would work too.
Well, that's the thing. I only am starting to do that, but mostly I've always just mostly stuck with jokes, except for the parts where I'm riffing and talking off the top of my head. They don't ever do the jokes. They never give you a little break from the constant, I'm crazy, go to this crazy thing I did.
Right.
You know
I think that's because they're not aware of what they are yet, because they're too, when you're younger, you just assume everybody. I always think people think I'm crazy still to this day. I'm like, I don't care at this point. I'm like, I don't care if you think I'm crazy. I know what I look like. But women feel like they have to reiterate that because they're like, oh, I know what you're looking at. You're going to assume this about me. Instead of actually telling jokes, that's what they're doing.
I think it's
like good comedians still do that, and I'm just like, nobody fucking gives a shit. I don't care about your vagina, bro, unless it's funny. Like, just tell me something funny. Tell a joke. Like all the other dudes are just telling jokes.
Yeah, I'd rather.
Nobody else is telling about their like psychology. It was never funny. It's not funny. You think everybody wants it? It's not AA. It's a fucking comedy show.
Hey, you leave her alone, okay?
Oh, the man. P.S. The man that sits down to do comedy and also sits down to pee. That motherfucker.
Hey, he's the Bill Cosby of 15-minute sets.
Everybody's like, check, please. Everybody wants to close out when he comes up. Everybody. Sorry,
dude.
How do you? Encores were 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And they were up in his hotel room.
Hey, 15-minute blocks.
I think I would get weirded out if I actually saw him stand up to do comedy. Like, I've never seen him stand up to do comedy. To be honest,
there's a lot of people who sit down now too.
It's fine, but I'm like, are you using that as an example?
Okay, yes, it is arrogance. Okay, can I say this? Can I say this? He is the most famous person I've ever seen that walks people. Dude,
that's so funny.
Yeah, the fucking starry-eyed people can't even fucking deal with this bullshit. Fans of him will walk out.
And he does have extreme fans that will stay there, but most people they're just there to see comedy.
And by the way, they're all wearing the same glasses.
The will come in the back and they'll be like, "Oh my god, all these people want to close out because Miriam Girl's on stage." And I'm just like, "Oh lord," I'm just like. And I didn't change because when I was a waitress in those same rooms 10 years ago. Everybody wanted to close out when that motherfucker went on stage.
Totally. Because he wasn't famous yet.
And he's more famous now because he has a show, but I'm just like, bro, what in the fuck is going on here? Like,
for the record, he's always been very nice to me, and he has no reason to be nice to me at all.
I mean, nice to me, but like...
But yeah, I won't watch him either, so what the fuck, dude?
Hey, no, he
wants to talk backstage.
He is not nice to me because I'm tall.
100 fucking
Boom.
percent.
Jealous. He's a jealous person.
I'd never said jealous. I just
No.
He's
He's jealous and insecure.
He's
He
not
always will
jealous
be.
of people. When you're short and you're a dude, you're jealous of tall
No,
guys.
he's just a jealous person in general.
100%.
Like you could hear it on stage. Like
He's the
everything
kind of
he
guy
talks
that would
about.
find
All his
out
premises
I
are
was
about
dating
jealousy.
One of these, I was dating the comics I was talking about earlier, and then fuck him, just to spite me. Oh, you're a young and up and comer. I'm gonna fuck your bitch now, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I don't.
He's a perennial open mic fucker. You know what I'm saying? Once they enter the open mic scene and start hanging out at the comedy stores, like, all right, time for me to fuck them.
No, he fucks all the waitresses that want to be actresses.
He did that
And by the
too.
way, you know what's hilarious about that? He hasn't gotten them one job.
And of course not.
Not one job.
Maybe
All
the-
these bitches I saw you making out with an old man in the hallway. By the way, he's an ugly old man. Yeah, I know exactly who you are. I won't say your name because you're my friend, but holy fuck. You didn't get one job from him.
Maybe she wasn't convincing enough with her orgasms.
Not one.
Yeah, the wrong person's hiring in that
Not
situation.
one audition, not one job, not one nothing. This motherfucker could have got you everything. He has the power to do that. He interviewed Barack Obama, and he still didn't get you an audition? And you fucking stuck your tongue down your throat, and everybody saw it? Embarrassing.
Gross.
For shame.
And he's
shame.
he's a sober guy too.
Yeah,
You can't
well,
blame it on the booze.
Pussy's
That's
his, pussy's
why.
his drug. Exactly.
Dude,
Oh,
no, that's a lie.
Not that
is a
pussy
lie.
wasn't always
That is
his
a lie.
drug.
No, it's secretly fucking dick. And that looking at that kind of person, knows exactly how they look when they touch their fucking forehead, acting like they're just angry or just stressed out.
Yeah,
He ain't stressed out. Get some fucking stress.
I think it'd be funny if we
Fuck
bleeped
you.
the name at the beginning so no one knows really who we're talking about.
I will. That is fucking funny. We always said
They
in
get
the
the
old
clues,
episodes we'd be making
Oh,
fun of Jews and they'd be
hey,
like, let's
hey.
bleep the word
Hey,
Jew,
hey,
and
he
then no
bleep-
one will know,
hey,
and then we
bleep-
just let it go
totally.
anyway.
Whoops, I guess we forgot to bleep it out.
The
Yeah, bleep it out.
algorithms still figure it out. They're
Totally
like-
bleep it
They're not onto us yet at YouTube. They're onto us at Instagram and Facebook. though.
Yeah, well, I just finally got unshadow banned by
I'm
them.
sure
Who?
in the algorithm,
Instagram.
I'm sure that we are. They're onto us in the sense that we're mechanically not pushed upward.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
You know, like you're not favored.
I agree.
Well,
Because
for
of
instance, how do we
just-
have
they
300?
just do
How
one
do we have
button.
300 subscribers and then like an average of 50 people actually watch the video? You want to know why? Because it doesn't pop up in their
Yeah.
new video
You're right.
section. Because
You're right.
I follow us and I look at
It
YouTube
doesn't
on my
pop up,
TV
yeah.
and it does not pop
Mine
up.
does usually pop
I have to
up.
go
It
find
does
it.
pop
What
up
about
in mine.
our iTunes shit? Did people watch that or listen to it?
I can't find our iTunes
Because I got rid of my
data
thingy.
because they won't tell us it.
Okay,
Yeah,
But on
they don't tell you it.
the other one, it's like 100 people an episode.
that's not good.
It's what?
That's not good.
I mean, it's amazing for me. I've been doing comedy for 12 years for nobody. So 100, 200 people listening is a fucking incredible.
Hot crowd.
It's a real blessing.
It's just anybody paying attention, really.
Dude, I've been ignored for so many years of my life. To have anyone care about my art is such a blessing. I would like, whatever. If you're a woman, I'll fuck you for listening to this.
Jesus. No, you won't. Dude.
No, I will involuntarily fuck you. I'll be an in-fuck.
Well, Caitlyn Jenner loves the show, by the way. Will you fuck that woman?
She might. I wouldn't even be remotely shocked. Because you're talking about some famous comedians. Some of these fuckers do listen. Some of them do listen. And I will bring up the fact that I've already heard one of my jokes from the podcast on the original room stage at the Comedy Store.
Who's that?
What's that fat fuck's name?
Don't say it.
Say it.
I won't
Who
say
cares?
his
Don't say it and bleep it. Yeah, whatever. All
I
right,
forgot
keep
what
going.
it's
Sorry.
Brian. I forgot what his last name is.
Brian. All right, let's what?
Mm-hmm.
That fat fuck?
And I noticed he's already getting booked at the Comedy Store again. It's like, cool, dude. Go up and do my jokes at the Comedy Store while I don't get booked there. You're disgusting and fat. I hope you still listen, you fat fuck. And I hope you get gout.
Yeah.
I hope you get gout again.
He made me watch his reel.
Hey,
when we all went to
bleep
his
this
house
out,
to
bleep
party.
this out, but Alex now can suck my motherfucking dick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
Hey,
guy
bleep this
sucks.
out too, but he made me watch his reel when we went to his house to party.
It's a fucking piece of
A bunch of us after work.
You told me about this, and that was
Yes.
What?
I'm not even kidding you. He played his whole entire reel
But
of every part
he had to
was in. I
bribe
was like,
you with cocaine to get people to come over.
by the way,
totally.
no. And by the
That's
way,
the kind of
it
guy
wasn't
he
his
is.
That guy
cocaine.
reeks of coke.
Oh,
It was his
even
friend's cocaine.
better.
Oh, You're right.
Doesn't even have his own cocaine.
Pigsty in there. And then he made
Gross.
us watch.
Yeah, I'm looking at fucking Sweatfest.
I was laughing so fucking hard because I was trying so hard not to make fun of him because I don't want him to blow his fucking brains out. I was like looking around me. I was like, this guy.
Wish you had.
Looking around.
Wish you had
He's gonna
made fun
fucking
of
blow
him
his
so that I
brains
could
out.
have
Like,
a
this is
spot at the comedy
disgusting.
store doing the same jokes.
But at the same time, we were all like, holy shit.
As soon as he knew I was with her, he never gave me eye contact ever again. That's all I want, dude. Sorry.
We could
He's
bleep
about to
out
get
his
this
name too.
podcast ear contact there.
Yeah,
But
right.
we'll
Yeah,
bleep
right. You
everybody's
better bleep
name
that
out.
out,
It's
dude.
okay. We could talk shit.
Sorry,
and
guys,
then
but
the
no.
listeners can guess who we're talking about.
I
It'll
mean,
make it
should
like a
I
game.
bleep
It'll
it
be
out?
fun.
He already stole a joke from me. He's obviously not going to help my career.
You have to
in
bleep
any
it
way.
out because I work at the store and
Oh,
I
yeah.
fucking talk about it. And then,
Anyways, you fat fuck. You know who you are, and you know that you will suck my dick.
You're sweaty and nice V-necks, bro. I
And
see
by
you.
the way, I won't get hard for a long time. In fact, I'm gonna drink a bunch before you suck my dick. You're gonna
Hey.
suck my sweaty, flaccid doodad.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, this is don't bleep this out. Your only motherfucking good joke is your fucking closer. And it is talking about how the garbage truck sounds like a robot fucking. I've heard that every fucking. I hate your fucking joke.
Boobies.
See,
Yeah.
I wonder who else wrote because he does have good jokes. So who's the originator of those jokes?
He is. He's
No
lazy,
way.
though.
They're
Yeah, he
like
is.
20 years old. That's him.
Yeah.
He was stealing jokes from the get-go, and he still steals jokes. I've never stolen a joke.
Open micer 20 years ago.
100%.
Right?
Listen, dude, I don't steal jokes. When I find out someone has a similar joke, even if it's a fucking meme, I throw the joke away. 'Cause
Run
I
away.
write new jokes every day. You're not a fucking
Yeah.
comedian if you steal any joke at all.
course.
And if you find out someone else, dude, I throw away jokes that other people stole from me because I don't want to be.
Yeah, I've
Associated.
done it
Of
a
course.
bunch of times to fucking some of my favorite premises ever, and I was like, "Oh man!"
Yeah, and that's why there might be one of your favorite premises ever because it's it's a good joke. It's so common that
Yeah.
Actually, memes are a big competition now because so many of these anonymous a-holes, they actually have pretty good joke writing skills. And they've written jokes that are eerily similar to ones I used to do on the stage.
Well,
and
the
I know
problem
they
is they're
never saw
stealing
them.
the jokes
That's you
from
being pretty
people
rude.
being
Well,
on
you're
stage
also
and they're putting
right.
them
That is
on
happening-
memes.
That is happening
They-
sometimes.
Because I
too.
see
Sometimes.
people that put the same
Yeah.
memes on, like the main meme lord people.
But wait, are you saying that somebody saw my Kurt Cobain joke?
It could have been. Yeah.
fucking
It
8
could have
years
been.
ago at Padone's, and
Nope.
they just was like, I'm putting this on a fucking meme.
It could have been. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I see people doing that constantly, and I see people doing that from the town that I lived in.
Oh, yeah.
They're taking that. I know comedy because I'm around it constantly. I'm like, that's definitely somebody's joke, and they took it. They're pretending like it's theirs.
Hey, it's exactly like when people write. So they're all about quotes, and then somebody writes a quote that definitely sounds like they made up the quote, and then they put nameless.
Yeah. Oh,
And they're like, "Oh, that's a good quote." They're like, "Thanks."
my other favorite one is when they just make up a quote and ascribe it to a famous person. Like, you gotta walk through the fire to be a hero, Charles Bukowski. Like, he didn't say that shit.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a really funny one recently. Fuck, it was Hitler. They said Hitler said it. Where he said, in the quote, it says, "I left some Jews alive to warn the future." Hitler.
Like, did he really say that?
Of
Like,
course
who
not.
got that?
The
Like,
best
it's
part, though, is because I
hilarious.
saw it first on 4chan, so it's like 20 dudes went and looked up the quote to make sure it was wrong. That's my favorite thing about
Hey,
4chan.
misquoted.
Is that he wants all these dudes, these autistic dudes, thank you.
Correcting it.
Correcting each other. But I also...
Got Autistic Thunder on it.
Fuck yeah, they're all autistic thunder. And also, I want to talk a little bit about this
Turn it
concept of shills. Yeah, this concept of shills, because we talked about it in another episode where people are either paid or they're just crazy and they just do it for free to go on
Because they think they're going to be paid in the future for
to
it.
go on social media and say, hey, Hillary Clinton's the best president in the whole world, or whatever. But I also just learned that on 4chan, there's bots. People program these robots that will pop up, and anytime you say, I think Hillary Clinton sucks, the robot pops up and says, you're schizo. The robot always says you're schizo. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
They're always like really bad. They're like really lost on on 4chan lingo. Like they kind of understand that people make up new catchphrases there, but their versions of the catchphrase are just not funny.
Yeah.
Schizo, that's not funny.
Well, they just consider you Q or a right-wing extremist if you
That's
disagree
the
with
problem.
anything.
That's
You're
not
like,
what
what?
4chan
What are you
is.
fucking
It's a
talking
bunch
about?
of losers arguing. So you have liberals, you have conservatives, you have the shills.
A bunch of people
you have
love
FBI
anime.
agents that will. You have FBI
And they
agents
like
that'll
to
say things
jerk
like,
off to
"Hey, why do you
cartoons."
guys hate black people?" It's like, oh, okay, dude. I'm sure that a 4chaner would post that. They already know why they hate black
Or
people.
they're liberals. I like when
Yeah.
liberals come on and they start talking. I'm like, you're trying to troll the best trolls ever. Like, it's not going to work on here. Like,
Left
you're
hand meme.
stupid. Like, it's so obvious. Nobody's even engaged in you. Nobody's going to be upset by what you're saying because it's so obvious you're just dumb. It's so obvious what you stand for. Why are you on here? You're trying to troll? Really? Like, go on Facebook.
Can't troll the trolls. Can't out-troll the trolls, motherfuckers.
You can't. And it's so obvious.
But they also don't have a sense of humor, so they're trolling.
That's what I'm saying.
mean.
Yo, yeah, they're funny.
No,
they're
they
funny.
don't. They're like, whatever. And they don't have an argument either.
Yeah.
They're
The bots even go for the personal attack immediately. This is stuff I get. This gets under my skin on my own Facebook because I will literally write a joke where I'll just say everyone who drives a Honda Civic is a piece of shit. I don't know anyone who drives a Honda Civic. It was just a random,
funny shit.
dumb
Yeah,
thing
whatever.
to say.
Yeah.
Fucking 5 guys pop up into the fucking thing and say, "I drive a Honda Civic. You're ugly and a piece of shit." It's like, that wasn't about you. I don't know what kind of car you drive because I don't fucking know you.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people take jokes personally. It's not
They're
about
psychotic.
you. They're jokes.
Yeah.
And even the jokes about myself aren't even really about me. They're fucking jokes. It's
Totally.
Yeah.
frustrating.
I had this long-winded message from this dude. I don't even know who he was. I think he's a little retarded because his eyes are a little spread apart. But I guess he's friends with my cousin that's in Iowa. Never met him. He's like, Rose, and I was like, who is this guy? I used to like you. You're so funny, and now I can't follow you because all the stuff you post, it's all this anti-mask, anti-government stuff, and you used to be funny, and you know, just a dog stuff, and like on and on and on. I was like, I don't know who you are. Yeah. Like literally, I don't know who the fuck you are.
I don't care.
And then I was like, is this person okay? Like without.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
he messaged, oh, I'm friends with your cousin. By the way, the cousin that I met one time. Maybe twice. So cool that lives in Iowa. I'm just like, what in the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, honestly, like, it's so crazy.
bro.
I'm like, why do you think I'm like, I don't do anything for anybody else. Anybody. You don't have to watch it. People that watch it love it. If you don't love it, you can block me.
Totally.
You can
And,
unfollow me.
and dumb people like when the funny is easy. And then dumb people do not like when they see themselves lying to themselves.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, they love it when I attack everyone.
So I was making an
else but
example
their
of him
group.
maybe
You
in
got
all
it.
my posts. I have no idea, but like,
Yeah.
I don't even know this person, but I just thought it was funny that he wrote me a whole like novel basically,
It's
and I was
because
like,
he had a crush on you.
and I told him I was like, I literally,
you hurt
I
his
can't write
feelings by
this.
not
I can't
being-
read
You're
what
exactly
you just
right.
wrote.
You're exactly
That's the
right.
way I feel
Yeah.
about the people about me. It's like, you have a crush on me because I don't follow your Facebook
I don't.
antics.
I could
Why are you
care
reading
less.
my
I would
shit
never
every
even
day?
comment. I don't care. I don't even know who you are.
Well, now I'm not going to
Literally.
comment on it anymore. I can't comment now because when I comment on other people's page, that's when someone
By the way, this is what
reports me.
cracks me up. Unfriended me, but didn't block me. So I was like, no.
He's going back to read it. Yeah.
This is what I'm going to do.
course.
I blocked.
Sorry.
I blocked. That's what I did. I'm like, no. You don't get to just come back and watch my shit and go on my page and be a stalker because that's what you are. 'Cause if you really didn't want to see my shit because it upset you, you would have blocked me. But you want to have that interaction. You want to see that I saw your
Yes.
comment. And by the way, you didn't because I blocked you. So if that's really what you wanted to do, that's what you would do. But I just find it fascinating. I'm just like, wow. I'm like,
but why did-
and I was
why-
still concerned about this person's mental health. I was like, oh, what if this person's just got a like gun to their mouth? Like I upset them because people really are losing their minds.
And that's
Because
also
people-
what he wants you to think about.
right, because people have gone a year and a half without going out. Like literally, I'm meeting dumb people all day
And
long.
that guy wasn't going on anyway.
No, probably not. But like,
spent
I
a
don't
year
know
and a
the
half still
person.
playing
I
video
literally
games.
don't know the person, but I found it hilarious. I was like, okay, this is so weird.
Does it happen to girls where like sometimes I'll accept someone's friend request and then that person will just go on every single post I ever make and call me a jerk or call me fat and until I finally just block them? Does this happen to girls too, or is this just like?
No, those are trolls. They hate you. They're just trying to
Doesn't happen
hate you.
me
Yeah.
even.
That's happened to me maybe a couple
Happen
times.
to you?
No.
I really
But,
admire
like,
the way that Wub avoids trouble, because it's like I interact with the same fucking people, and I'm the one that they always end up hating, and they're just like, Wub's cool.
No, they know
Your
Wub's not
Facebook
even gonna fucking think about it.
Are a lot more aggressive than mine.
Mm-hmm.
Mine I tend to try to make a joke in a way that makes people think that they're not the ones being made fun of.
Yeah, you're right. And also Joseph.
so
Everybody knows Joseph is more emotional, so they'll fucking.
Well,
twist
Joseph's
the
more
knife.
silly with his with yours. You're like, I just want to tell you it's 3:30 a.m. and go fuck yourselves or whatever. Like,
You also post way more.
Also emotional.
Like
so you get more. You get more shit. Yeah, you're gonna get more shit.
I don't understand because utilizing capital letters and emoji should let you know I'm probably not being serious.
But Wub, when you
Probably
read a
not-
joke,
probably not being
when I read a Wubby joke, I know you're just fucking stone cold Wubby all day. And when I read some of Joseph's jokes, I was like, oh man, he's pissed off right now. Or actually, he's kind of feeling himself.
There's no denying it.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds
Well,
like
that's true.
somebody
There are
drinks
some
some Fireball
stories.
whiskey tonight.
There are some stories on there that pop up sometimes.
Dude, every so often at like 6 in the morning on a
those are some of
Sunday.
my favorite ones though to read.
6 in the morning, I'll be like, so the last time I saw my dad before he died, blah, blah, blah. Just give you a little excerpt from the autobiography.
From the desk of Joseph Larkin.
From the mind of Joseph P. Larkin. From the twisted mind of Joseph P. Larkin comes we three trolls. Shit. Actually, you guys are off. It's one troll. We trolls. Oh, this should have been our Patreon episode, so we don't have to bleep the fucking names. Hey, listeners. If we had a Patreon, would you pay for it? If we had if we had like a secret podcast where we told you the real shit about Hollywood, and I told you who everyone would
dropping names.
I'll tell everyone who's gay.
Rockfin or what? Rockfin.
Rockfin. I want to do
one
that.
of those.
Yeah, I think that's the one we're gonna go with.
I think Patreon we might be kicked off.
There's a bunch of and there's some independent ones out there.
Well, I want to go with Thr33's one because obviously he's the most trustworthy person we know about free speech and shit. So
that's true.
So he's our
Stick
guy.
to itiveness.
I'm gonna see him actually next week. I think. No one's listening that can get to LA in time, but they're gonna have a festival of friendship at Brody's Bench.
Oh, I saw
on
him
the
post
22nd.
that. Okay.
That's right down the street from my house, so I'm definitely gonna go in and
June?
May 22nd. So
That's his birthday.
I think next week. Yeah,
That's his birthday.
I think
Okay.
Sunday. I've told you, but I don't remember what day it was.
I gotta.
Oh, maybe I'll go. It's the
Go
22nd
later.
on a Sunday.
I think it's a Sunday. It's
Oh,
gonna be
I
at
can
4
go.
p.m. So it'll definitely be at the time that I usually wake up.
I saw him post that. Yeah.
I think it'll be cool. Apparently, they did one last year during the quarantine because this is the second annual one. But I didn't even hear about the
Dude,
first
if
one.
Brody was alive right now, he's probably rolling over in his grave, honestly. All this
Christ,
fucking
man.
What would
crazy
he do?
shit.
He needs to go to the comedy store and do his fucking thing.
He would be at the comedy store doing his thing. He would be very upset. He would not. He would not take that vaccine. No, he would be upset.
Well,
about
also because he was so much about like eye-to-eye connection, so it's like
the mask
this
deal.
would've-
I feel
this
like he would
would've
have
drove
been
him wild.
flipping the fuck out about the whole thing.
Dude, it's weird performing to people who wear masks.
Yeah.
And I haven't done much of it, but
Yeah.
I did some just last night. And
You
I
can't see
almost
their
never do.
faces.
Yeah,
It's
well,
so weird.
They're always the people that are nervous to laugh because they're nervous about life.
Can I tell you guys a story about Brody real quick? It's kind
Please.
of sad. It's actually it's sadder than just Brody. Brody was on this festival in New Orleans after his meltdown. I think it might have been his first gig after the meltdown. And I remember the lady who ran the festival asked me if he should be booked as the headliner. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that would kill him to go to New Orleans and.
Is this the same festival where you just started throwing chairs into the audience?
The very same.
Okay, yeah.
Only that festival would book me and Brody Stevens.
I just wanted to make sure that this was
Neil
the
Hamburger.
same festival where you started throwing chairs out into the audience
Just two.
during a
Relax.
set.
Just two.
It was.
Wub can tell you some stories about chair throwing too. It's no big deal.
I mean,
No one remembers but you guys. But anyway,
He might be justified though. He's a kung fu master.
yeah,
You just lost your shit off a whim.
If you had thrown it at me, I would have just caught it.
You went, dang, it just would have flown.
And then sat down in it.
Hey, by the way, the reason why he was throwing the chairs is there were no wubs out there.
No. Yeah, there was no one in the other chairs.
That's true. There was literally like no one there. It was like me and two people.
It's called kicking a ghost. Big deal. I threw a chair at other chairs.
Yeah.
Relax, folks. But I want to tell you
It's
the
called
story.
Killing the Abyss.
This is 2011, and actually, there's an HBO thing that you can go watch and see part of his set, and he killed, by the way. There was no concern, actually. It turned out.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was not friends with Brody, but I was friends with a lot of his friends. So there used to be a vacant lot across the street from the comedy venue. It was a real bad area at the time. And
I remember.
I saw Brody and this guy I knew talking underneath a street lamp. And then, so I was like, well, I know the other guy. I'm just going to go up there and just roast him in front of Brody. So he was just talking shit to the other guy. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see another guy standing under a lamppost by himself. And he starts to walk over to us. And then he gets like insecure and walks back. It was Zach Galifianakis. If you want to know what fame is, it's being so distrustful of other people that you can't even go talk to a guy who's literally talking to two of your best friends.
Too fragile.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Or just not even wanting to deal with it. Like,
fuck no, and I totally understand.
Yeah,
At no
too.
point did it hurt my feelings. I was like, if I were you, I would stay the fuck away from some stranger too.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know I'm not some sycophant fan. He's
Yeah.
gonna be like, oh Zach, you said my fucking ball sack. You got the same beard.
I know, dude.
I do this beard for you, Zach.
He was the funniest part in just a party movie. Do you know how much fucking drunk idiots he's got in? All that guy wants to do is drink a couple glasses of wine.
Check out the beard. You inspired me to start doing comedy. I play a guitar on stage. No big deal.
I knocked over
That's
his
why
wine
I wear a
at
suit jacket.
your show. I think I knocked over his wine and his wife's wine.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he drinks wine. That's another.
They
reason
put
I
their
like
wines
No,
underneath their
Rory's
tables.
show,
Oh, it was
yeah,
Rory's show.
yeah.
Underneath their whatever
He was so
seats.
pissed, dude. He was just like, fuck. Now my famous fucking ass has to go back to that goddamn front bar.
And I was like, fuck, sorry guys. But also, why are you putting your fucking drinks under your seats that much? Like, my feet are going under them.
And he was outside
Under
getting
your
high.
seat.
And he had front row
Yeah,
seats.
like hold your seats, you know?
You know?
Where was this at the Dynasty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dynasty, yeah.
Wow, they
I
have
felt
that
so bad. I
good
was like, I'm so
quality
sorry.
people
He's like,
hanging
it's
out
all
there?
right. It's fine.
course,
Like,
yeah.
Does
but
Dynasty typewriter still exist?
It
after the
does. It
quarantine?
does. It does. Come
He's
on,
doing
man.
comedy there?
Yeah,
it's
don't-
owned by Shills. Just kidding.
I mean, it is. When that guy was fucking booking the improv, he all of a sudden wasn't my best friend anymore. Why am I not getting texts from you anymore? We used to be friends.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I mean, how do you think a theater still exists with fucking half shitty comedy, you know? There's got to be money back in it.
There's a trust fund somewhere.
Yeah, there you go.
Somebody's dad.
But that
is
place
paying
is beautiful,
for it.
though.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I was so
that place
jealous.
is awesome. That place is
And
awesome.
he took that because it's in the neighborhood of D3. I'd walk by that place.
Dude,
all the
that was
time
right
and be
before I was starting my
"That's
show, bro."
That's what I wanted to do.
Dude,
instead."
COVID hit in a month out from my show.
The true
Your
tragedy
show
of
is supposed to be
COVID.
April 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked
yeah.
up. But Dynasty
Yeah.
typewriter was cool. I mean, I just remember that. I was like, oh, fuck. I felt so bad. I sat down, then I, like, went to go put my feet underneath the seat, and I was like, what the fuck was that?
Kicked over
Kicked
the most
over.
important red wine in the place.
And then I noticed it's Zach Galvin. I'm like, of course I
He's
knocked
like-
over his drink. I was like, fuck. I think it was his wife's drink. I don't think it was his.
No, it was his.
No,
I saw how
he
he
had
looked.
his in his
He saw how
hands.
sad he was.
He had his in his hands. He was like,
No, dude.
fuck. And he went back to go
No,
grab.
they just came back from fucking
You
smoke
knocked,
pot.
you knocked over his second glass of wine, so
Yeah,
you
you're
didn't
right.
have to leave the show.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That fucking drink, man.
Yeah, so.
What does his wife look like? I mean, I just talked about how
Gorgeous.
he was afraid of his privacy. Now I'm going to violate it real
No,
quick.
gorgeous. Yeah, yeah, it works at a lot of
I didn't
charity.
see. That was her there? I didn't
Yeah.
see her.
Yeah,
I saw
that's
the
her.
back of her head. I didn't
That's
see her
her.
face.
I just remember.
never
I
seen
remember
this
this
back of
line
her
from
teeth.
the Rolling Stone article. It was a great line, and he invites the writer for Rolling Stone back to his place. He's like, "Hey, man, want to go get high?" And then so Rolling Stone guy goes back, and right before he enters, and this is when they were filming that HBO show, and HBO set him up with this beautiful condo in Manhattan. And he's like, hey, man, I'm a little embarrassed. We don't normally live like this. And then right before, I remember the writer saying, he opened the door and then he shut it. And he looked back and he's like, hey, man, just wait till you meet my lady. She's the best. And he's like, no, the best. And then all of a sudden, yeah, they go in and get high. I just remember
We don't
that.
usually live like this. Like, what is he talking about?
Because the place was so nice because HBO was putting him up in.
Yeah, he used to ride his bicycle to movie auditions, so he would show up all sweaty. This is how he got the fucking hangover.
I love that.
He showed up looking like he had a hangover.
Yeah. In character.
Hire this man.
He was a great one-liner
He was a
comic.
very-
And definitely
Hire
was a
this man,
huge
but get him less
inspiration on
higher.
The peer group I started out with.
Well, he's so
yeah.
awkward. He's so out there. Like, he just...
Of course, but he knows it though. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
no, he's just funny. He's just...
He's amazing.
He
This is-
does act outs,
I do
but
have a-
He's a large influence on me.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about him actually, because my ex-girlfriend was a huge fan.
Yeah.
Like, we actually saw him perform live, which I never paid to see any comedy. And we walked out during Patton Oswalt's set, no big deal. But anyway,
How good did that feel?
Yeah, it felt bad hearing any amount of him talking while I was in the room. I wish I had left during Zach Galifianakis' set too.
Shut up.
He was fine, but that's how bad I don't want to see Patton Oswalt.
Oh, was it downtown?
No, this was in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
This is like fucking a million years ago at the House of Blues. But anyway,
His wife walked out on him.
who did?
Patton Oswalt.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if she walked out on it. She was rolled out on a gurney
She
out
passed
on him.
out on his set.
But it says
Death.
she saw Zach Galifianakis at Bumbershoot in Seattle in like 1997 or something like that. Or not that. Maybe that early. I don't know. It was way before he was actually famous, but she knew who he was.
Uh-huh.
And she said that when she saw him, he recognized that she recognized him.
Yeah.
And he flipped her off and walked away.
That's hilarious.
He just didn't want to talk to her
Oh,
that
Zach?
badly.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes it way better. Thank God. Because to reference what you were talking about, you know, his wife dying. I saw that first set after he came back, and man, he looked a little too happy.
Didn't he kill her? I'm just kidding. That's the rumor I heard. I have no idea.
All right, I'll spread that rumor.
He didn't
around.
kill her,
It's
but
not
he
like
wa-
that fat fuck wouldn't spread something.
But it
out
seemed
about
like he
me.
watched her die with a smile.
Well, after she fucking died, he married his high school crush
Gross.
from the movies.
Gross.
She was in Dream a Little Dream. That's his crush. He's like, I finally got to fuck
Hey,
the lady
yeah,
from Dream
dude,
a Little
just
Dream.
another fuck-
from 1980 fucking 9.
Just another
You're not
fucking nerd getting famous,
Beta
dude.
male
Yeah.
to the max.
Yeah, yeah.
Betamax. That's what a motherfucker is.
Betamax.
He needs to just go away forever. It's like your comedy sucks and that's bad enough, but now you're also a huge cocksucker and a jerk on top of it. Oh, do we even want to talk about the Tony Hinchcliffe thing? I defend him. He can say whatever the fuck he wants, and I don't care what he says. And in this specific instance, he was funny and he was killing, so...
He was funny. He was killing. Chink was a little over the line, but shit, he didn't think he was getting filmed.
Doesn't matter because
you're right.
that guy that went up before him did 5 minutes about how white people suck, and he keeps.
I know.
He
Yeah,
was
you're right.
spreading this bullshit
That's the
about
whole
white
reason why I
people
did it.
shooting Asian people, which
Yeah.
literally does not happen. It's never happened. What
I just think it's funny they're like, stop the Asian hate, and they think it's like white people doing it. I'm like, no, we all know it's black people fucking you guys up.
We know
Stop
the
white people like.
story.
But also,
sorry.
Japanese are honorary
Asians-
Aryans of Adolf Hitler. That's an actual quote.
yeah, no, really, they are like they're the most racist people I know.
But can I say this?
Yeah,
though?
go ahead, go
he
ahead.
was not making fun of the guy. He was making fun of the audience for laughing at
Yes.
the guy.
Yes.
He was specifically saying, "You guys laughed at shit."
Yeah.
So
And he was repeating his jokes, basically, that dude's jokes. I forget his name on purpose, but like, I FaceTimed Tony when I was at the comedy store. He's like,
Good.
call me. He's like, I want to see what the patio looks like. Mm-hmm. And I was showing him the patio, whatever, and I meant to call him, but he was fine. He's doing fine. And I'm just like, I like racist jokes. We're supposed to be able to make fun of each other. Like, and he wasn't even really making a joke. If you watch the whole thing, which Ari Shafir posted, anytime anybody cancels any comedian, Ari will repost and be like, hey, follow my friend, go watch the shows, and like post it on his page and stuff, which I think is like brilliant. Also, like, fuck off. Like, that's what he does. Like, that he's
That's
never
his
been.
entire shtick, yes.
He has his entire thing,
That's what
man.
he does when
every
we're
joke
sitting in the
he
back
has.
of the comedy store. He does that to your face. It's his
Every joke he has is like fucking. He had the handicap joke was so hilarious, and he had the cerebral palsy joke. He had like all kinds, and people would get upset and like be in his face after the show sometimes. And I remember seeing that, and I'm like, how are you upset about? Last night, Eleanor Kerrigan, she had a rape joke about her clit or something like that, and it's a 2-second joke. I see these girls outside. We could bleep the name out too. One of them's crying, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like, is that Eleanor? I was like, oh my God, it must be a fan. I had no idea. I was like, what a fucking weirdo. She must be a big fan or something. And I was like, yeah, that's her. And then I see her friend, her fat ass friend they're both from Boston, so you know they're monsters, right? Both fat, but they think they're hot, which is disgusting. So anyway, this monster walks up to Eleanor and starts talking to her.
I'm already terrified.
And Eleanor comes up to me, she's like, oh my God, so I guess I had a rape joke and this girl got raped. She's like, it's okay, can I just buy them a drink? She's cool. She was fine about it. Like, that's why she was fucking crying. Jesus Christ, how do you make a joke about yourself that much? I'm like, okay, sorry that you got raped, but she's literally making a joke about her clit raping another woman. She's a woman. Like, it's a joke. She's not doing that. I'm sorry, but like,
sorry.
what in the fuck is wrong with you?
She should have given her a drink with a roofie in it.
I mean, and by the way, she only drank water. Her fat friend drank a red ale, you know what I mean? I was like, well, I didn't want to buy you a drink, bitch, but whatever. But it's just like, it's just so funny that people make everything about them so hard. And this motherfucker had killed Tony in his bio. How dare you try to ride this out? Dude, you're going to get crushed. You're nothing. You're nothing.
Yeah.
Snarfing what's that? Den Elsters out, Nimors out, Den Elsters out. Steam, Mike, your next city marking a fat more free. Does that hurt them? Heroes. Oh, like you knew him as a like you knew I knew skim it. He knew you skim back with these I'm Nick off back with these nerve me vision. Snark me all the wish knock is very feed up one. Very feed up one. Sort of.
Ja, wie lange kann das denn durch? Man, hier schneller, never been said.
We know what's that? Mom, I'm going to say again. The sheriff is mom, I'm to stop social news. Me, right? He not funny. He not funny. Sneeze the. I burst squish the yacht. He descends that I bought the national mom, yet. Nazi national need, but yeah, we need Bob squish the yacht. Squish good value, you know, finders. Yeah, whenever Mrs. Dreef is a good Z national for you, over you, Mr. Bonnaby. You know, find the Z Mr. Bonnaby. Now, for the mother, Shivik mother, he didn't Mr. Bonnaby. I'm not from Bob Coster free coffin. She sees the national cough of ignorant. Yes, that coffin. Seaman, I'm the coffee, I'll have beaten. Zerk off of the York coffee, be seated there being a cream of us. On Wells does the national and a cream of us, pass around. Pass, we cough, we cough, beaming at it, or one air national wonder. Is that racist because I'm pointing out the difference?
Yeah, you lost me when you're talking about how people look, not how they think.
Sorry.
I liked Tony's set too. Like,
no shit.
The set was pretty good.
Hey, you know how funny that was when he was like, I'm in the back barfing in a motherfucking bucket.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Because it's hack. It's hack.
Well,
it's literally hack.
And the thing that was funny to me was like, even before the whole thing was posted, I watched just the actual propaganda part. I literally watched the propaganda part and was like, oh, this is
I want to see more.
Like,
I want to see more.
I was like, I already knew exactly what the context was without having to see it. And then when I saw the whole context, I was like, oh, holy shit, it was exactly how I figured it was. Mm-hmm. What a surprise. Oh, it was exactly how I thought it was, which was not at all how everyone was trying to tell me it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, you know why?
It's really
funny.
shocking.
Yeah, Tony put him on his show and everything, and it's like, he had no fucking problem with this guy. Ever. The guy's been on millions of his shows. It didn't fucking matter. But the fact that he's trying to use him to piggyback fame.
He was like, the irony of it was, I just had a whole set of Stop Asian Hate. And TMZ was like, all right.
What's funny
that's
about
that
is like,
shit.
That's why he said the joke. Yeah. Because you just did a whole set about it. Yeah. That's called irony.
Yes.
That's the whole point.
And he's
like, It's so weird that he did that. Yeah, it's weird to you because you don't understand how comedy works.
Yeah.
Like it's not weird to anybody else.
And that somebody bringing everybody's that's Tony being a very good artist, bringing everybody's fucking ego back down to zero.
Right.
And just
It's my show now.
Yes, no shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, taking
Man, that
over.
motherfucker's so nice. Face to face. I mean, you show him his fucking talent.
Oh,
He has a show about it.
He's also an asshole a little bit, but like, okay, that's fine. Everybody knows what you're gonna get with him. He's famous for roasting. He's famous for writing Jeff Ross
Literally
jokes.
his job. Yeah, is to roast people.
Yeah.
And by the way, he'll just keep doing that anyway after you cancel him. By the
He's
way,
uncancelable.
you're going to have to cancel Jeff Ross and also like 10 other comics because he wrote their jokes too.
Hey, yeah. No,
So
no.
you got to
Actually,
cancel everybody.
just cancel. Can somebody just cancel Jeff Ross, please? And just not Tony Hinchcliffe?
Sounds good to me.
I say keep the hate
that
alive.
guy's a known
you know?
pederast, dude. Fuck that guy.
Well, not technically a peder-ass. What do they call it when they like teenagers?
Oh no, he didn't just
There's some
touch the
middle
kid.
ground.
He dated and groomed him. Yeah,
I know. He brought him to the fucking Friars Club. That takes balls.
Gross.
And
Gross.
he got photographed professionally while he was doing it. Like, this is just balls, dude.
Hey, yo,
Let me just rub my fucking
Hey.
balls in your face while I do
in the
this.
corner of him butt fucking somebody, it just says Getty Images.
By the way, I said chink on stage twice on Friday, so
You just
cancel
said it
me
into
now,
a microphone.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's like,
That's a dirty word.
okay,
Somebody asked me
I
what
guess
happened
I get
to
it's
Tony.
a dirty word, but I'm like, he was literally repeating what the fuck that guy was saying the whole fucking time. Who cares? Who cares? It's so funny that, like, the Asian hate thing, it's like, stop Asian hate. I'm like, really? Asians are doing the best in this country from most races. Like, nobody
Some
really
Asians.
cares. Like, nobody really cares. You pretend to care, but nobody. But them trying to pretend like they're victims with, like, straight A's in mathematics and, like, all the Harvard. Like, they're getting kicked out of Harvard because there's too many Chinese. What are you talking about?
Whoa. It's not because there's too many Chinese. It's because there's too few black people.
That's what it is. No, but they were refusing Chinese. They were
No, I
refusing
know.
Asians out of
I know.
Harvard because they're like, oh, we have too many. We need a balance. Sorry, I mean, there's gonna be people that are going crazy on you. I get it, but that's what happens, you know, with socialism. You get the fucking crazies out in the streets that are
Look,
gonna
plus,
attack you.
I've been in some of these massage parlors, and these hand jobs are bullshit.
There you go.
And it's about time somebody went in and put a rest to some of these
Thank
ladies
you.
who are just
Thank
fucking. They've been putting in this lazy
Half-ass
ass work
jobs.
for years.
Expecting all the tips.
Time for somebody to take them out.
Yeah. Makes
And
sense.
the Latino
Okay,
woman.
I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because it's not a race thing. It's gender. He hates women. Just so happens that the only ones that he could fuck work at the fucking Asian massage
Yeah,
parlor.
because he's a fucking incel or some shit,
Get the
and he
fuck outta
probably,
here.
or he's a sex addict or something, and he can't
He
control
had a
his
bad experience
desires.
there, and
then
he wanted to go
fucking-
back and get revenge against whichever woman said he had a small wiener or
I think
whatever.
he got MK Ultra.
Happens to the best
That's
of
my
us.
conspiracy. I think he got MK Ultra to do it.
Yeah, I got news for you.
They want
We've
gun
all
control.
been MK Ultra'd. What they did is they MK Ultra'd all our favorite
Disney.
musicians in the 60s, and then they just spread the gospel of the MK Ultra to us.
Disney.
Laurel Canyon.
Anyways, next episode we'll be talking about the difference between Frank Zappa vinyl and Frank Zappa digital. You may have known this, but Frank was very much an audiophile, and he would like to mix them differently for the different sonic qualities presented by both vinyl and CD.
We'll be talking about Frank Jinping in
Frank
the next
Jinping.
episode.
Frank
It
Jinping.
was Dang Ping, or Ping Dang.
Ping Dong.
I was like, dang, Pang, leave him alone, son. Save some for the
Back
rest
up.
of us.
I was gonna get Funk Chow to go sick him. I'm like,
You're-
dude, I'll go get my
dude.
Chinaman right now. He'll fucking beat your
You're,
ass.
you're
dude.
not
It's
supposed to
wild.
say anything about somebody saying shitty jokes with a rhyming name. Go fuck yourself. That's a stage
Yeah,
name.
come
Fuck
on.
you.
That
All
is
right,
a
sorry,
stage name,
sorry.
dude. I guarantee it. But I wanted to say this: if you're one of these pussy-ass bitch motherfucker comedians who went on Twitter and complained about Tony, you're not a comedian, and you're not getting his spots. He's first of all, he's
so
gonna
glad
keep
he's
getting
noting
all
it.
his same.
I'm happy that he's noting it, and a lot of the people that came out and like supported him like today,
Yeah.
like David Lucas did, and he was like, hey, by the way, he's paid my rent the whole quarantine, and he introduced me to my management. So if he's such a racist, he's this big, you know, David Lucas.
Oh,
big
wow,
like
that's
that.
amazing. That's
He's
cool.
like, so fuck you guys. Like basically, he wrote something really nice. Like I don't know. I was like, okay, great. Like I'm liking that, and Ari obviously, and everybody else is like not taking it seriously. I'm not whatever. I heard that he got dropped by some. I don't know. This is all hearsay. I didn't really even ask him when I was like, I had him on the phone.
But then again, David's just worried about getting canceled himself.
Lucas, I mean, yeah, but it's like, he was just like,
I
hey.
know, I'm kidding. I like him.
He paid my
I love
fucking
him.
rent the whole time during quarantine and
Yeah,
introduced me to my
amazing.
man. Like, how is that racist? Here I am, like, this guy's all he's done is
the
help me
black
out.
man can't handle it on his own, I guess.
Yeah,
Just
like, what
gotta
the fuck? Honestly, like, but how? He's not racist. Like,
No.
all he does is help funny people. That's it.
Dude,
Tony
He's
is not
never helped me.
racist.
No.
He's gay. We all know. No.
I just appreciate
Kidding,
gay
Tony.
sis.
I just like how he cultivates it and
Kidding,
he
Tony.
loves just talent. But man, he hates when people are phoning it in.
Amen.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's what
I
happened.
hate that too.
And that's what
He
happened.
Right.
called it out. He called out what that
Bad
guy
for-
was doing. He
it's
called
bad
out what
for
that guy
By
was
the
doing.
way,
Yeah.
you are also talking about a person whose weekly show is literally to shit on
know.
other comedians.
Yeah,
That's
you're right.
what his
You're
show
right,
is.
He is gay.
It's called Kill Tony.
Or a woman.
And also developed open micers.
I know,
There's been a
but
lot of
I'm
open
just
micers that
saying,
got developed from his
same
show.
shit.
Like David Lucas got developed from
Yeah,
that show,
so
right?
I'm just saying.
Ali
you know.
Makovsky got developed from there.
Yeah.
Sarah Weinshank, fucking the other
Yeah.
hooker, Kim
Yeah.
Connor. Yeah,
And
they're all
I did it
did.
right before they started
Oh, like
doing
there's some
that.
diminishing returns you're starting to get.
crushed.
there.
Okay.
I crushed
You know
before
what I'm
he
saying?
got
But like the good ones, they'll stick around, they'll get along. Ali, all these people,
Uh-huh.
like he tries to help people out. I thought that was shitty. I'm just like, okay, you're trying to cancel this guy. You just
But
canceled
they-
yourselves. Literally, you
yeah,
just canceled
exactly.
yourself. Like, good job, buddy. I've never even heard of you until today. That's what made me mad about the whole story. Is like, I've never even heard of this guy.
He's gonna.
And everybody's like, how's Tony? Did you talk to him? I was like, no, I thought about reaching out to him, but I think he's fine.
I know he's fine. In fact, I bet he's loving
like-
it.
No, yeah.
If
He's
I
fine.
know, if I know Tony,
And then-
he's a pig in shit
And
right
then I
now.
see 2-3 FaceTime missed calls from him, and I was like, oh, he's definitely fine. Let me call him. And he's like, I knew I was going to see what the face... Are you at the Comedy Store right now? And I was like, yep. Talking to him, and then Jeff Frost hears his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Here he comes. Here comes the molester.
saw the screen. I was like, Tony, put on a shirt, bro.
Yeah, but fuck that guy.
Well, I guess
Well,
his
that
left.
guy-
I guess you gotta cut all the
guy's
racist
gonna-
stuff I said earlier about ching chong ding
no
dong. Is
one will
okay.
complain. No one cares.
That guy will move on to have a great
I'll have Feng
career
Chao on next time
in
just to make a-
something
make a
other than
fun-
Oh, you think
comedy.
he won't be saying those words like 1,000 times
No,
more?
he says the N word constantly. I'm like, can you please stop saying it? And he says kike all the
Yeah.
time too. I'm like, hey, dude,
Yeah.
stop saying that out loud. You want to get beat up? He's better now. He's on meds and stuff. Anyway, I've
Oh,
said
that's
too
a
much.
shame.
I've said too much.
Last time I saw him, he was not on meds, and boy, was that a fun.
No,
time.
it's not fun. It's exhausting.
Oh, I didn't have
He's
to
way
hang
better
out with
now.
him. I just watched him from afar.
Right.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. He says some pretty funny shit though.
They were gonna try to cancel him at the show I went to because they claim he took his dick out, but I don't think he actually did because I was
Really?
pretty
Who?
close. Someone was filming him during his set. And he said,
Who?
Oh, just some open mic Yahoo that I don't know the name of.
Oh, yeah.
But he was doing his set and just being belligerent and screaming at everybody. And then he was like, "You want to film me? You want to cancel me? Look at my dick! You can cancel this."
That's funny.
No, he's this real psycho.
But I was
Yeah.
me and Don Takano were the only people laughing, and we were laughing so loud in the back that the comics that went up after Feng Chao were like giving us a dressing down from the stage. Don't encourage him. I will
Yeah,
fucking
he was
encourage
pretty
him.
wild. I was like, now he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm on pills now. But he got rattled a couple times. He got hit in the head.
Oh really? Yeah, that'll do it.
He got fucked up in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, he got into a fist fight. I heard about
And
this.
here too. Twice. He got his shit rattled.
Recently?
Within a year, he got his shit rattled twice. A year and a half. 2 times.
Dude, but
Bad.
whatever happened in Oklahoma, he got like beat up by
Almost
multiple
killed.
guys. Yeah,
Almost
yeah,
killed,
yeah.
After that, I think like he was always a little bit like kind of like intense, you know. Mm-hmm. But after that, I was like, bro, you got to talk to somebody. Like it was like PTSD and also rattling of the brain. Like something happens. I don't know what, but it's way too high energy. I was like, dude, you got to stop. Bro.
Yeah, I heard that story. He was running his mouth to these black dudes who he bought drugs from. He was like, these drugs are shitty.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, cut your losses, man. You just wasted $40. Everyone does it. Everyone gets bad drugs sometimes.
Nobody, and they're what are you?
Huge black
talking
dudes that fucked him up.
Right.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big time.
Well, I think since Taylor left, or maybe we're done.
Stop Asian hate, guys.
We're at
We're
68
just,
minutes. Yeah, could you stop the Asian hate versus the Asians we know? At least.
Just aim it towards the ones that suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like everyone that lives in China. Isn't it interesting that?
And by the way,
actually feel
we just
bad
need to
for-
stop.
I feel bad for the Chinese people, honestly, because they're under
They're in
CCP.
servitude. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the Asian hate I would like to stop. But people here are so fucking dumb. I'm just like, nobody's hating on Asians here, okay? Nobody is. Shit happens all the time. It happens to white people, black people. There's no, like,
I'm looking
target.
to
We're not
date some
targeting
Asians. If there's any
Asians, you know what I
Japanese
mean?
chicks
No,
out there,
people
you're
love
my
Asians.
type.
That's what I'm saying. They're adorable.
Japanese, you're my type, ladies.
Yeah.
I like that long
Yeah.
black hair. Me love you long time.
And that's across the board. Across the board. I
Me
always
love
like
you
trust
long
Asian
time,
people.
but resent you longer.
Yeah.
Hey, our guest came back. Would you like to maybe wrap it up with us?
Where'd you go?
Hey guys.
I want to leave too sometimes. I'm
Just fucking leave. That's what I do.
I'm fucking, actually, that's something
Dude, there's
I've
an
always admired about
epidemic
Taylor.
of people trying to fucking stop people from saying shit like I told you or whatever Sid told you.
Oh yeah, tell us the
about.
story.
Well, I mean, it's not that much of a story. Well, I was pissed off at the time. Now I don't even really give a shit, so I'm not that passionate about it. But basically,
We recorded 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
what Wubby passion.
But
sounds
I
like.
went up, I did some set, and then and it was amazing because I'm hilarious, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I told a joke, and when I got off stage, some guy told me that I should not tell that joke anymore.
And it just crushed, by the way.
Yeah, it did just do quite well, and it has done well before.
Do not say the joke because
Yeah.
little ears
Don't
are
say it.
listening. But can you give me an idea of what the content of was? What was offensive to him about it?
What was offensive to him about it was the fact that it was a joke about George Floyd.
Okay.
Oh, you said a buzzword? Can't do that, dude.
And it's not even about George Floyd's death. Like, it has nothing to do with that.
Don't all the murals
Relevant.
cancel out
It's
any
like,
jokes that you could make anyway? Like, honestly.
That's pretty good.
And what really bums me out is that, I can't do that joke for long because it's, this is a topical joke. So I'm gonna,
course.
unfortunately. I
So
will
is
have
his
to-
fury.
I will
His topical.
I'll have to kill that joke, much like Derek Chauvin killed George Floyd.
Derek Chauvin, is he fentanyl now? Is that what you mean?
No, yeah,
Derek
yeah,
Fentanyl Chauvin.
yeah, Derek Fentanyl Chauvin.
Oh man.
Just don't fuck with fentanyl, people.
But yeah, the dude basically was like telling me, he goes, no, you can't do, he's like, you can't do that. He told me, first of all, he told me the joke wasn't good, which obviously wasn't true because people were just laughing at it.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, well, people were laughing. Like, you can't tell me that the joke wasn't
Dude.
funny if people are laughing at it. And then he's like, well, you shouldn't do that, not, with what's going on right now. And I was like, well, I think instead of not doing it, I'm just going to keep doing it.
My man.
So I don't know. That's what I'm going to keep doing. I mean,
You should
I'm
definitely go back to
go.
that
Yeah,
venue,
because
and if he's
because
there, do it
your
again.
job is to get the laugh, and you got the laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
My job is to expose white fragility. God damn it!
yeah, and I don't know. He was from Atlanta or something anyway. And then later, and here's what's weird. He was really adamant for a while. And it was funny because a couple friends of mine came over because they saw something like weird conversation was going on.
Sid and Ryan.
Yeah, and they
Okay.
were like, just checking to see what's going on, and then they were just engaging in the conversation. And then the guy said something again to me, and I can't even remember what I said, but he was like, oh, now you're tough because you got your friends around. And I was
the
like,
fuck up,
you
dude.
came to me.
Totally.
Like, when I was alone, and you had somebody with you, like, what
Fuck
the
you.
fuck are you talking about? Like,
you.
this is insane. So, like, somehow, I don't know how the conversation eventually dies down. Actually, it was funny. Sid and Ryan were like, "Hey, do you want to just like go with us? Like, do you want to hang out with us over here?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm
Just standing there, stone cold.
Oh, by the way, that same guy offered them Coke later on that night.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Then
Yeah.
what's
I
weird?
thought that was the funniest part of the story because I was like, oh, that same piece of shit. They're like, Ryan's like, yeah, well, I saw they were like fucking with what? He's like, why? He's like, it was a funny joke. Like, we were cracking up, He's like, I don't
Right.
understand why that guy. He's like, and it wasn't even about like that. It was just a funny joke, And so we were just kind of checking. I was like, oh, we'll just go try and make a conversation or something, And they're like, yeah. Wub was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, he did an impression of you, and I was like dying laughing. He's like, yeah, that same guy offered his blow later on.
Well, that's what's so weird. The guy was like, he went on this, this whole thing with me, this whole like conflict, like telling me about how I can't do this joke or whatever, or I shouldn't do this joke or whatever the hell the reason was. At one point, he's like, obviously, like, you understand my opinion. And I was like, yeah, I understood it from the beginning. Like 10 minutes ago when we started the conversation, I already knew why you were telling me not to do the
don't
joke.
get the joke.
So he goes off. 20 minutes later, he comes back and profusely apologizes. I have never seen anybody do this.
That's cocaine talking, bro.
Yeah. Is that what happened?
That's why I'm telling you that story.
It happened both times.
Can I explain to you what happened?
Yeah.
This guy's fucking high as shit, whatever. I don't know him, but I kind of do.
Yeah.
But so he's falling in love with your jokes as you're doing it, and he's just like, oh, this guy's got me. This guy's got me. And then you say a buzzword, then he shuts you off, and then all of a sudden he wants to influence you any way that he can. So all of a sudden he's like, this is what I'm going to say. He totally shuts you off, doesn't listen to anything, and he's just waiting. This is also the cocaine talking. Yeah. He's just waiting to talk to you, waiting to bring you down. He finally gets that fucking moment. And then he realizes that you are impenetrable. And then he's like, oh, fuck. Oh, sorry.
I think you're giving him too much credit. I think he's just a dumb person that didn't understand the joke.
He told me
he got triggered.
But he did tell me he liked every other joke I said.
That's what you heard. And his feelings. I was like, because he thought you were perfect.
Actually, the first thing I said to him when he first said, I said, I'm not going to stop doing that joke. First of all, just because I don't want to stop doing it. And second, I said, nobody tells other artists what their art is supposed to be.
Oh, people do that all the time.
I'm just saying, like, nobody good. Nobody.
Not supposed to do that. Yeah.
No one's serious. Like, you're not like, I'm not gonna go and like I wouldn't come up to fucking Joseph after like his set and like tell him the subject matter of the joke he just talked about should not be talked about. Like, not like give him a tag or something like that, or maybe I thought you could go in this direction with it. Like, no, you shouldn't talk about that thing. Like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody with any respect for their own art or whatever. And I'm not even fucking one of these snobby people who's always thinks about this as such an art form or anything. Right. But it's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, first of all, we're in a backyard show. Like, who does this matter to? Like, he's
that's why you knew the room and he did not know the room.
Yeah, he's like, you couldn't do this in Atlanta. It's like, yeah, well, we're in a fucking Culver City backyard. What do you want me to fuck? Like, we're not in Atlanta, first of all. Like,
you would do it in Atlanta too, because it's a funny joke. Who cares?
Yeah. And I didn't want to tell. I could have been like, look, just so you know, my girl's black and she doesn't care for that joke either. Hasn't stopped me from doing it. I did it in front of her and her friend at New Year's. So.
Here, look at this. I have a video of it.
And they literally told me that my set was very funny. Didn't care for the George Floyd joke. Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
Cool. All right.
Like, no biggie.
What I call that is foreplay.
He was trying to fuck me?
No, Joseph's trying to say he's rock hard right now.
I mean, your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Rock hard. I wish. If I could get rock hard again. This is the other thing about getting a girlfriend. There's only so many years that my dick will still work. So I need to get some fucking done. God damn it. I need to get a lot of fucking done. I need to make up for some lost time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got Blue Chews now.
Yeah.
What's that?
Hey, we're sponsored by Blue Chew now. Get your dick hard if you need it to get hard. Thanks, Blue Chew.
I got a better idea. Just stop watching pornography and your dick will get hard again.
That's true.
That's true. If you stop
doing drugs and stuff and eating right.
Twice
exercising.
a day. And yeah, exercise helps.
But I'll tell you what's good about this. I'll tell you what's good about Viagra. You get to fuck a girl like you were 15 again. You get to, because it's like, I know we just fucked, but I'm ready again. I'm a man again.
Oh, I thought
finally all that weed was broken through the fog, blown asunder like Moses parting the Red fucking sea. I got a big boater again for you, mommy. All right, Tyler, do you have any final thoughts?
No, not at all.
Thanks
man,
for coming.
It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You too, man.
Yeah, it's
excellent.
nice to hang out again.
Yeah, totally.